right, welcome back to What Do You Believe? Yeah. Today I got Bruce Lafay. Is that French?
Some people say Lafay.
Yeah, it sounds like Lafay.
But it's Irish. I'm half Danish, half Irish.
Oh, it's Lafay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got to talk like that. Yeah, see.
There's a river named Livy.
Yeah, sweet. So Bruce and I work together, and he's been seeing the podcast, and we wanted to talk about some stuff. And I was like, man, let's talk about some stuff. But before we start talking about it, Bruce, talk about yourself. Give the people a rundown about who you are, what you do, and what your quest in life is.
God, my quest in life is to keep these headphones on. I sound so good.
Yeah, you do sound good.
Yeah, I'm going to do my own podcast.
You can.
I do, my labor of love, which doesn't make money, is doing documentaries. I've done editing process of a couple of docs about the environment. One about the Redwoods, people living in Redwoods in Northern California. And
I'm trying
Oregon.
to keep people from cutting them down. Like,
Yes.
that's why they're living in them?
Yeah, old growth redwoods 150 years ago were all over, all the way down to Santa Monica Beach. And now there's only 3% left of redwoods. Most of them are in Northern California and Oregon. And a lot of them are in, obviously, national forest. But there is some that are in certain areas like private land, which is owned by logging companies.
Yeah. Dude, I went to Sequoias a few times, and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's sequoias there, but there's redwoods. Like, there's, like, the landscape here is amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's just like these trees, like there's a different environment on top of them. I climbed one. It's about 250 feet in the air.
Wow.
Took
That's
about
crazy.
45 minutes to get up there.
Did you have, like, grappling stuff? Or?
Yeah, the old school one, yeah. You put your foot in the stirrup, push it, then tighten up the climbing rope on your chest. And then you push up again, and it makes the climbing rope on your chest slack again. So then you get tighten that up, and then you do a step up again, and you slowly up before you know it, you're up there. And a lightning hit that tree probably 400 years ago. Yeah, when I was 402.
You're the man.
And it split it. So when it split it about 150 feet in the air, it created this little environment up on top. There's a fern growing, little freaking
So like an ecosystem on top of there.
Yeah, little tree voles, which is the rare varmints that are endangered, and that's why that's and the spotted owl they don't want to lose by cutting their environment down, and that's the old growth trees. So there's a company called Maxim out of Houston decided to buy a private company called Pacific Lumber in Scotia, California, because they realized it was undervalued, and they took it over with a hostile takeover. These evil company out of Houston, and they go, since they bought it with junk bonds and all this debt they have, they go, well, we need money, so let's cut the trees down 3 times as much as they usually do. They usually do what you do is you let the tree grow 50 years, then you cut it, let it grow again, then you cut it. And that makes it sustainable. But
right.
When you clear cut, when you use diesel fuel to get out the brush, and then you cut, and the hills are so steep that all the brush is gone, and all the trees and the roots are gone. So all the mud is now going to be coming right down into the
Right, which
streams,
creates landslides, wash out roads, and
mess up the
stuff.
salmon. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course the canopy's gone, so the heat, the temperature's higher, so it kills a lot of stuff.
And what's the name of this documentary?
We get a couple names.
So it's in the process?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Probably tree sitters or
Tree sitters?
yeah.
Sweet. When is it going to be done?
Probably I'd say, now you're gonna make me stick to this. December. There you go.
All right,
I'm
sweet.
sticking to that.
Yeah, sweet. You gotta have a point and try for that point. It helps to make it happen.
Yeah. We got some great characters. People. There was some girl named Julia Butterfly Hill was up in the tree for 2 years. She never came down.
2 years in a tree.
She had ground support that would put her food in a bucket, bring it up, and then she would bring the other bucket down, which had the food she ate before, if you know what I mean.
Wow, every single day.
Probably every single day, yeah, or maybe every 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, she probably could have. Got a few buckets, and just chilled up there. Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if there was some way to get her a internet connection up there?
She did.
Yeah?
She had a satellite, and
That's
it's
crazy.
solar energy. She had a panel up
I
there.
wonder if she had Tinder. She's like, yeah, stop by.
Oh,
I'm
this
the only
is
girl
great.
living in a tree.
Yeah. There was two. There's another girl. They all had forest names. Her name is Butterfly. The other one was named Wren. Raven was up there. Raven. And actually, Raven was like 150 feet away in one tree, and Raven was, and Wren was here, and I could hear, "Hey, Raven, what's going on?" And they'd go from a grove of trees. There'd be someone here. It'd be about 10 people in different trees about 150 feet away, and a central tree in the middle where what they do is they traverse a rope, and the central tree would have breakfast, and that would be the central community tree for the entire grove.
All right, so will these people be sponsored by?
No, they're hippies. They're sleeping on the streets or they're sleeping in trees. That's what a lot of the loggers and the sheriffs go, nothing but a bunch of stinking hippies. They don't care about the trees. They just want a place to sleep.
Yeah, I figure like Greenpeace or something like that, or one of these environmental companies would actually sponsor these people who are physically getting out there and. I mean, I guess they're protecting these trees. I don't know.
Hey, if you can't cut a tree down with someone in it, you're making an effort. And they did. They saved a grove. Well, and they also got torn down. And I was up one time when the massive... I was interviewing Remedy, and it was just the day. It happened to be the day where they decided to come, and sheriffs, loggers, media all decided to come and take all these 17 people down from the tree at the same day. And
oh man,
some people put up a fight. I didn't, because I was a journalist. They tried to cuff me, and then one of the loggers go, "Oh, he interviewed me yesterday. He's a journalist."
So were you up in the trees with them?
Yeah.
And then that they came up to get you guys and like brought
no,
you
they
down?
they're too scared to go up.
Oh, so they said you better come
they
down.
said better come down. Some people didn't,
or light the tree on fire,
or shoot them. No. But when I came down, and they have, of course, filming. Sheriffs are filming, so they're just about ready to cuff me. And the guy goes, "No, he's a journalist," but they gave me a ticket anyway for trespassing. Then, because of that trespassing ticket, that put me on what they call a mass lawsuit, which would be So there's 150 people on this lawsuit about interrupting the operations of the logging company.
So the logging company's suing you guys?
Yeah, but this is a long time ago. It's over with. But at that time, they were suing everybody, people in the tree, journalists, anybody who was involved.
Did they drop it, though?
They said, don't go near the trees for 5 years, and we'll drop you. But there's a couple people that did go to court and fight it. And yeah, it's a civil lawsuit. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I got all this. It's funny.
That sounds like a great story.
It was, and that's why I'm telling you now.
Yeah, and making a movie
ironically,
about it,
I would get all this lawyer, like, thick papers in the mail, like, every other day, and it's stacked up to probably a redwood tree itself, just the lawyer paperwork. So it's pretty ironic, So
that's sweet, dude.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch it. December. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to have like actually I'm moving back to North Carolina in December. That's what I'm planning.
Well, ironically, remember I just told you the girl who 2 minutes ago before we went on the air, she's in North Carolina. She's giving me a buddy pass. And
oh, really?
And that buddy pass is going to get me to London in a couple weeks.
I tell you what, the North Carolinians are good folks.
Yeah, they are.
They are, man.
She's a good girl.
That's why I'm going to go hang out with more of them.
Kelly Kwan. Thank you, Kelly Kwan.
Yeah, Kelly, you're amazing.
Wilmington, North Carolina.
Hey, that's where I'm headed. I'm actually headed straight to Wilmington.
When?
December. That's what I plan to move. I'm going.
Would you hear that, Kelly? We'll have to do rendezvous.
Yeah, we all have to hang out. You have to go to North Carolina, man. It's beautiful there.
Yeah, it is.
Like, there's absolutely.
But in December?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of slow in December, without a doubt. But there's snow in North Carolina. Like, I love that. Yeah. I miss snow. I mean, I can still see it now.
Is it fluffy white snow, or is it 2 inches, then it's all dirty and muddy and
well, most times it's 2 inches and it's dirty and muddy. But they do have like beautiful winters sometimes. I know. Yeah. I see my friends post on Facebook that still live there, and I'm like, oh man, I miss the snow. I miss snow cream. Have you ever had snow cream?
No.
Look it up, like YouTube it or something. It's something my grandma used to make me a long time ago. It's like snow. You take fresh snow, evaporated milk, sugar, and vanilla extract, and you mix it all together, and an egg, one egg, and it gives you like protein or something, or it gives you a texture. Anyways, It's
you need
it's
firm
delicious.
snow? Because like fluffy snow that melts easy probably would be just water, right?
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
to get some
I
pretty
mean,
damn cold snow.
you just need good snow. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's delicious. It's something I miss. I think if you get the vanilla bean frappuccino from Starbucks, kind of tastes like it.
equivalent.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like that. It's not quite there, but it's close enough. You know, when you're not in North Carolina,
Right.
and I don't want to drive 2 hours to Big Bear.
To get your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have frappuccinos here. You need to go.
Yeah, exactly. But we're also going to talk about some artificial intelligence today. We're watching this movie that I don't know, this director made with Elon Musk is like the poster boy. He even is interviewed a lot in it, and he's like,
his name is Chris Payne. Chris Payne.
yeah,
I met him at Sundance. I used to manage a couple theaters in Sundance for 10 years, and they'd have a lot of documentaries that come in. One was Chris Payne's first one. Well, he did one before, but one that kind of put him on the map was Who Killed the Electric Car.
yeah. I thought it was a book or something like that too, right?
I don't know if it came into a book or not, but yeah, Who Killed the Electric Car, and about the General Motors put a car out, and they leased these electric cars, and so people couldn't own them, and then they decided to take all the cars back. Of course, you know, conspiracy theories. People will say, you know, and why did GM do this, and what were they trying to hide? And,
Well, why was the reason? Do you know?
I'm sure it was Big Oil saying, you know, that's enough. That's
That's
enough of electric cars.
I mean, it's not a conspiracy. That's just like truth. Those people
Yeah.
were like, that's what's going on. It's just like
Yeah.
Goodyear here. They used to have monorails here, just like they have in San Francisco, and they ripped up all the tracks because Goodyear was like, yo, we're not going to sell as many tires if there's a monorail rolling through this piece.
And that was Firestone too. If you remember Roger Rabbit, the movie, their theme was about tearing up the the subway. I mean, not the red cars.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then of course Firestone was involved, and
It might have been Firestone instead of Goodyear.
Yeah.
I think that's
it
where
was
I'm.
Firestone.
Yeah, okay, that's
Harvey
Firestone.
Firestone.
Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry, Goodyear. Might be.
It's a lot of Harveys.
Damn
are
you,
evil.
Firestone.
Yeah, damn you, Harvey.
But it's just money, man. It's just money.
Yeah,
It's all about money.
exactly.
But you actually went to a screening of this movie. It's called Do You Trust This Computer?
Yes, and Chris invited me, and it was at in Westwood. Haven't been one of those old movie palaces in a while. And as I said, Chris did Who Killed the Electric Car, and then he did Revenge of the Electric Car. And now he, you know, obviously Elon Musk was in both of those, I believe, because of the electric car. So he's kind of buddies with Elon. That was cool. Elon, I mean. And Elon came up and spoke for 10 minutes, so that was neat. And he's the one who put this up for free before it came into the theater.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it looks like he's totally promoting the idea of AI, Elon. I feel like he wants this to happen. He's like, or like he's pushing forward through it. But I mean, I feel like everybody should watch this film because Bruce told me about it. And as soon as he told me about it, I watched it and I wrote down a couple of notes. But it's been over a week. It's been over a week since we both watched it. We haven't had time to rewatch it. So we'll try to do our best to recap about the points that we want to point out about this stuff. But I think it's a very interesting film that everybody should check out. Something I didn't know that they're developing with everybody's information that Google has collected is this program called Deep Mind. And it's just supposed to be a supercomputer of intelligence, almost like IBM Watson, because IBM Watson had this run like not too long ago on Jeopardy, where it beat everybody, it beat chess players,
Which is in the movie.
Yeah, and it's also in IBM Watson's. Its story is behind the movie. I actually have a friend who works with IBM, and her name's Kelly, and she's a sweetheart. But she is like trained, like she'll be training robots and stuff, like this little they have this little white robot that just talks to you and responds to your facial gestures. They can tell you whether you're happy or sad, you know, just by the way you look. And that's kind of creepy, man.
That is.
It is kind of creepy.
I really didn't buy the ones they had in this documentary. It just I think they got to give it another 10 years. It'll probably be a lot more lifelike, but it's still got a plastic looking, you know.
It's still it's still kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I feel like, all right, so one thing that I wanted to point out that a lot of people are theorizing, a lot of these guys are talking about on the film, is you'll be able to integrate your consciousness with these computers. Now I feel like one of the best the best ways to illustrate this is what's his name? Who's Neo in the Matrix? What's his name?
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. Jesus, yes. Anyways, so Keanu Reeves, but before The Matrix, he did this movie called Johnny Mnemonic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he had a storage device in his head, right? And I believe it's going to be more like that instead of a way, because I don't feel like there's absolutely no way you can integrate your consciousness with a computer. You know, you can have a computer and you can give it keys and stuff like that, like cues or something, but I don't understand how. Like, and would you want that? You know, would you want a computer able to directly tap into your pure consciousness? And they talk about this.
Hence the theme of this, yeah.
Yeah, they talk a little bit about this. And I thought that is the most driving theme that people really need to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, all right, these people are saying this is what they're aiming to do. And if they can do that, that is extremely scary, because once somebody can tap into your consciousness, they like directly, they can control you without a doubt. Like right now, it's just sub messages that we're getting from, you know, advertisement, billboards, you know, all these little T-shirts that people wear. Yeah. You know, it's all that kind of stuff. But when you're able to directly and like, pink, like make you want to do what they want you to do, or think what they want you to think, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm like,
going to the dark side. No,
but I don't.
Point of no return.
I feel like it might be impossible to reach that point though. Personally,
You think?
I just don't understand.
Well, there is
Like,
checks.
I feel like it'd be more like a computer inside your head that you can talk to, and that you can, you know, activate. But I don't feel like it could be you. You know what I mean? I feel like that. The integration between your like spirit and your energy, what controls you, because you're not your arms, you're not your legs, you're that energy that controls your arms, your legs, you know what I mean, and your brain. You're not your brain, you're the energy inside your brain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like, if I don't see how they could possibly integrate that energy into a computer chip.
But it's also a circuitry, just like a computer chip. So
Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that, but I feel like it's a different kind of energy. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It would. I mean, you could still move your arms by electrodes and all that kind of stuff. I don't know.
That's what they're doing.
I don't know. Yeah, dude, that's scary. It's scary to think about. But I mean, watch the movie. It's definitely worth
Sure. Yeah.
checking it out.
And you're getting it on YouTube, correct?
Yeah, watched it completely on YouTube. Now they did release it for.
Elon Musk went ahead during his speech last Thursday, actually a week ago tonight, and said, "I'm putting this film, Chris's film, up starting tonight until Sunday night." And then obviously, since they put it up YouTube, someone has copied it, so now it's available still. So theatrically, Chris Payne, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to backfire on you, or it's just getting out to the people that you want it to, which is good. So.
I think it's more of a propaganda thing. I think
now,
it's more
propaganda.
of
Now, how would you get? How would you get that?
I think it's more just like getting people associated with the idea of AI so they can think more about it. Because now you have all these Google assistants, you got Siri, you know, and these are like minute, just like search engines, you know, but they are definitely. I definitely know Alexa, Amazon is working on AI for sure. Because one time I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine, and we were talking about some deep stuff, and I said something to Alexa, like I asked her a question, like this really deep question about Pythagoras or something like that, and she was like, "Oh, you sound like you wanted to talk about to one of our AI bots," and I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Would you like to talk to one of our AI bots?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So and it's just like, "Oh, hello," and then it's like, and I just started having this conversation with this Alexa, but it wasn't Alexa. It was like it was a different voice. And you know, when Alexa talks, her ring lights up, and then after she's done talking, it cuts off, right? But this thing, it stayed lit the whole time. Like, and if I moved across the room, the light would move and follow me. So it has like a directional way. It knows where you are in the room, and it knows like we were having some.
But Alexa has that too, right? Where you are in the room.
Yeah, she does.
And
but the light would follow you. Like usually when she talks, it just comes on and it goes off. Like this stays on. And then I say, Alexa, can I talk to one of your AI bots again? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow.
I'm like, whoa.
She's pulling your leg.
And I thank God so much that my buddy Marlon.
Almost like Hal. I can't do that.
Yeah. I'm so happy my buddy Marlon was in the room with me and like witnessed it. Yeah, exactly. Because we both were freaking out. We were both like, man, this is some creepy stuff going on right now. So I know they're definitely working with artificial intelligence, and it was asking me questions about how I felt about things in the news.
So feelings, interesting.
Yeah.
This is all data, just like they're talking about. They're all grabbing all your data,
dude,
feelings.
Your feelings
and opinions.
Your feelings is what they want. I've been reading this.
Well, any type of marketing's feelings. You see commercials now. It's all about feeling. It's not about buy this great denim slacks. No, it's about the feeling about it.
Yeah. Will they make you look cool?
Yeah.
Will you be a part of the click the in crowd?
Or the commercial has got nothing to do with the Levi's. It's 30 seconds of some dog running on the beach with his owner, and then at the end is a Levi's. And you go, the feeling.
Really, they're just trying to. The more I read all these marketing books recently, and they were really talking about like pushing on the feelings of why, like getting people to feel things, and how you can promote your team to do better and all this kind of stuff. It was like Dan Pena was the guy that introduced me to that book. I forgot what the name of the book is right now. It was like a couple months ago. Oh, I'll put a link to the bottom of it.
I'll have a couple books I want to talk about on this. So
yeah.
But anyway, you were talking about this 2 minutes ago before we got off.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
You call this a propaganda movie?
I feel like it's like a stock commercial. They really just made this because they do put a couple of good ideas up there, but the way it's not I guess it's for everybody, but it doesn't give you enough detail. It doesn't really sink the teeth into.
I got a lot of details, very detailed and very blasting at you with a lot of detail. But
for me, I feel like it was holding back a lot personally.
You had a little bizarre. I mean, why would Chris, being an indie filmmaker, spend all these countless hours, and of course money and plenty of money, to help Tesla and Google. When you say propaganda, you mentioned it's
because money.
But Tesla and Google have plenty of money.
Well, yeah, and he's playing in. He's playing into that idea. Like they are without a doubt investing in it. So he's like, hey, this is an idea that a lot of people are thinking that's going to happen. I feel like it's going to happen. I'm going to make a movie about it and I'm going to get paid. Like he sounds like a smart guy. I mean, that's just my opinion of what's going on. He could totally, I don't know the dude, but I love his film. I thought it was good. I thought he did a good job.
Guy. Yeah, he's actually has a place up in Culver City, up on the hill overlooking LA.
Oh yeah, what's his address?
Just Google Marrakesh House.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's like almost event space. Marrakesh House is really cool.
So just totally. I don't know if
he's a big Burning Man. He goes to Burning Man every year. So.
Oh, crazy!
Yeah.
Have you ever been to that?
I have not.
Yeah, me neither. It costs like $400 or something a ticket.
And I was just out here on Harmony Avenue where you live, and as I said, is so much dust blowing, and I go, God, I'm sucking in North Hollywood dust. What am I going to get out of this? I think I'll be all right. But
I've been sucking it up for like 6 years.
But I'm walking down Harmony, and I go,
fine.
God, I'm down Harmony, and I was ready to sing a song. Should I sing it?
Yeah, if you want to. You could.
Hello, baby, hello. Open up your heart and let your feelings flow. You ain't lucky knowing me, but keeping the speed real slow. In any case, by setting my own pace, by stealing the show. Say hello, hello, Oh, you ready? Your street. Harmony and me.
I don't know the song.
You're pretty good company. Looking for an island in our boat upon the sea. Harmony. Gee, I really love you and I want to love you forever. And I dream of never, never, never leaving harmony.
All right, yeah. There you go, brother.
So I know we're gonna do some Christmas singing. So
Yeah, we were supposed to do some Christmas songs
I hope
earlier.
you do a harmony with me.
Well, I just didn't know that song. I didn't know where you're going with it, but
it's actually I think it's Elton John's song.
Sweet. Well, thanks, Bruce. That was beautiful, brother.
You know, I was walking.
You
down
just
Harmony,
felt
I go,
like you
I'm
need to
gonna
get that
sing.
out, brother. Yeah, man. That's what's up. Oh, what books you were talking about?
Actually, on that doc we were just looking at, he just came on, and a friend of mine, big Tesla, pro Tesla. I mean, he's also an engineer for Microsoft, so he's a little bit of a brainiac. His name's Matt Hollingsworth, and he mentioned that most billionaires read at least 30 minutes a day. Like 83% at least read. So reading, and there's 5 books that Elon Musk says is a must read. And Matt was mentioning, and this guy was interviewed on this documentary, and one of the books is Superintelligence. It's actually called Superintelligence: Paths, Dangers, Strategies. And you can get it on Amazon.
All right, what's that guy's name?
Let's see here.
Super Intelligence Past Strat.
It's Nick Bromstrom, Bostrom.
Nick Bromstrom.
Yeah.
Got it. He said, read this book.
Read this book.
Gotcha.
And you said you have a few books. So I thought I'd throw my books out here. And
Oh, man. I just got, like, college books. I've been reading a lot of college.
Oh, well, these are probably college grade. The other one's from James Barrett. James was interviewed on this, Barrat. And his book is Our Final Invention, ... Artificial Intelligence and the End of the Human Era. 4 out of 5 stars on Amazon.
Oh, nice.
And it's in stock.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they probably give a great in-depth talk about what I want to know that they lightly brushed upon. So I probably need to read those books.
It probably,
yeah.
Me too. So,
Most likely.
So, just between you and me, we will be frank here that we're throwing these AI super intelligent questions and answers out, but we pretty much...
Yeah, I don't know much about AI.
We pretty much know much. Yeah. And I'm okay with that right now.
Yeah, but it's more like a movie review right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because not everybody out there knows a lot about AI. It's just new, like we're just new to it. And, hey, that's why we're talking about it.
That's right.
Because they're talking about it. Because I feel like it's going to, like, something's going to happen with that situation. But what really is crazy is the whole, like, sex doll toy thing going on. Like,
oh, yeah.
And then they're throwing the artificial intelligence into that. Like, oh, man.
How about the guy building that sex toy?
That guy
he was creepy.
Woo.
And didn't he do his own?
Yeah, he had his own.
Yes. Oh, my God. And he was creepy alive, let alone a doll.
Man. I was like, I don't want to be around that dude. I would feel weird in a room with that guy. If you ever see this, I'm sorry I said that, kind of. Not really. But I'm sure we could be friends, maybe. Just keep your dolls at home.
He probably sits in the corner and watches his 2 dolls get together.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking, too. I'm like, he probably has, like, fun. But anyways, that dude, that's interesting to watch, too.
Right.
And
the whole Facebook thing, just Mark Zuckerberg was just in front of Congress. And,
yeah.
And the whole crazy that they had, what's the name, Analytica? That just
Cambridge
Analytica, yeah.
Yes.
And at the very end of the movie, they had part of Cambridge Analytica on there.
Yeah, they did have that. Yeah.
So that's pretty current, you know.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
All that stuff's tied in, man. They're all gonna rule the world. Rule the world. They just want our information. What's really crazy? Oh, when I was thinking about the deep thought, because Google owns deep thought.
Oh yeah. They sure do.
So what I was thinking about that is, you ever seen the movie Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
I have not. I haven't.
Oh my
I know.
God,
Can you
it's
believe
so
I haven't
good.
seen that? I know.
It's so good. Well, in the movie, I just have to say this because it won't make any sense if I don't. They build a machine called Deep Thought instead of Deep Mind, right? And it's pretty much the same concept. Pretty much, it's like artificial intelligence that's thinking about or predicting things for humans. It's the future.
Future super intelligence. That's the big key word these days. Super intelligence.
Super intelligence, yeah. I don't believe in all these pills that make you smarter. I don't think that. I think it's just caffeine pills, but I refuse to take them. I refuse to take them because I only take caffeine pills. I try to stay away from the caffeine stuff.
Well, the super intelligence, it just like has an ability to control many things, which is really scary. Even when you're dependent on like Google Maps or, even depending if you have a Tesla and you got it driving for you. So we've always had this, super intelligence, but it's just getting where it's, as you said, controlling our subconscious.
Yeah, a couple of those Tesla cars have ran into crap, killed people that were in it.
Yeah, but both those two incidents, of course the media just went nuts on it. And
I mean,
it wasn't really Tesla's fault. It really wasn't.
how was it not their fault?
Well, one was. Are you talking about the one that was in the Uber?
Yes, the most recent
in
one.
Arizona.
Yeah, that wasn't Tesla. That was something else, right?
Yeah, right.
But there was I know I read an article about that Tesla went under a semi truck and it took the top off the car. Mm-hmm. I think it might have been Florida or something like that. Yep. I did my research right.
Yeah. Like you can't forget that one though.
Yeah, bro. Oh, I think they said he was watching Harry Potter or some crap like that. I was like,
I didn't hear that.
Oh my God.
Oh man, that's crazy.
That might have just been something I threw in there. I don't know, but it is. I think it'd be great to have some form of AI cars eventually one day. The liability situation and insurance on that is God knows I don't know how they're going to deal with that.
Well, I think what was that scenario? Orville Wilbur Wright, in 1905 in Kitty Hawk in your little corner of the world, North Carolina, got into a rickety plane built with balsa wood and canvas, and they went for it. So, if they could do that and get that thing up in the air and live to talk about it, I think if there's a few people that risk takers are going to get into a Tesla and say, let's do this. It's not balsa wood or canvas. Let's do this. And
it's got airbags.
And before you know it, we're going to just be going, what? People used to drive these things?
Yeah, right. I think it'd be awesome with drunk driving. And even elderly driving and handicapped people,
sure.
And just people who just are normal people who drive like crap.
Yeah, Mr.
Especially
Magoo.
Here. Jeez Louise.
I got hit by a guy. He looked like Mr. Magoo, I swear. Big, thick glasses.
Oh, you're going to tell me about your car situation.
Yes, right.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about the car situation.
So anyway, North Hollywood has got a plethora of great things. AMPUS, which I'm going to be working tonight. Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science. But they also have salvage yards. And I pick up a fender and a front driver's fender and a driver's door for $275.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn, it's super cheap.
Yeah. And out of nowhere, do you have a 2000 Audi for an A4 door fender? Well, we just happen to have one. And it's silver. It's mine.
Dude, I just did a podcast with Iman, and we were talking about the trickle-down effect. And it's totally here in Los Angeles because there's so much money here. Mm-hmm. Like you can go to a Goodwill and get like extremely expensive clothes for like next to nothing.
You got to go to Goodwill in like Brentwood, Santa Monica.
Oh man, I get good stuff here.
Oh yeah,
dude. Yeah. I got like 2 pair of some really good jeans for like $10. It was crazy.
Nice.
But they also have a whole bunch of cars that have been a whole bunch of wrecks that like.
There's a place.
There's a place that's got something for you, really.
So 2 years ago, I'm going down Wilshire, and I'm stopping at Beverly Glen, and all of a sudden, bam! And I look in my rearview mirror, and it's just the white wall, and this white wall was the grill of a Range Rover. And it hit me, and then it revved up and hit me again. I go, okay.
What?
I go, okay, I do go fast, and sometimes I do something and I don't realize I pissed someone off. That might have been road rage. And it wasn't. I get out, and the lady just was distracted on her cell phone. She gets out. She goes, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Anyway, obviously it's my fault. I don't want my husband to know. I don't want the cops to know. I don't want the insurance company to know. I'm a producer for CBS. And I'll just scratch you a check.
Damn,
and I go,
son.
Oh, let's see. Bumper. Ooh, crunched up trunk. We'll have to tie this down. Well, let me go get an estimate. She goes, I got a person here. Here's his card. Go to him. So I go to him. 2,300. I go, I'm going to go to my guy. So I go to my guy, and he goes, no, what are they talking about? You know, he's like, this and that.
Look at this, man. Come on,
how
man.
about this? You want the best from me, huh? So 6,200. So I gave that estimate to her, and she goes, what? She goes, well, I go, let's compromise. And we went to 5,500. So I bought the car for 2,000. It's a 18-year-old car.
So you made $3,500 off the deal. You could have sold
Yes.
that car and just have $3,500.
So I'm already making money off. And then 2 months ago, Mr. Magoo, I call him, Norman hits me, takes out my fender and my door. He gets out with his Coke bottle eyeglasses and tries to take pictures. I go, what is this? Talk about a distracted driver.
Right.
So his insurance company goes, yeah, it was Norman's fault. And I go, okay, the car's blue booked. They'll probably total it. There's no way they're going to give me, fix it. They'll total it. Yeah, your car has been considered totaled. We're going to scratch your check. I go, what, like $1,800? We're going to write you a check for $3,400.
Nice.
And I go, what? Oh, yeah, you're right. Of course you are.
Yeah. That's it. I'm watching.
Yeah, what is this outrage, you insurance companies? So I just got back an hour ago from a salvage yard and got the check, and then spent $275 for the. Now I got to find somebody to put the door in the
But you still, so you made all that money off the car, but
and
you
I
still.
and I got a free Boss speaker because inside that door, he goes, "Oh, I just left all the compartments and all the inner workings." Like, "Oh, cool, Boss speaker."
So you're still driving the car you've had 2 wrecks with.
Yes.
Yeah. Sweet. Nice. That's how you do it, bro.
Well,
see, that's where I screwed up, man. Like when I couldn't help it.
It's a car
actually.
culture. Everybody gets new cars, and they always spend
Really?
money. And before you know it, they can't afford rent, and they're sleeping in their new car.
I feel you. I drove my car here. I had a Honda Civic, and I was just at a red light, actually on the way to a job interview. I was like trying to get a job at the time, and dude he was on his phone. I looked in my rearview mirror. I saw him when he hit the brakes because I heard the screeching. He had his phone in his hand, like,
Oh, it's like slow motion.
yeah. And I was like, oh my! And there's a car in front of me. I couldn't go anywhere.
And
So-
did you brace up like you tightened up?
Yeah. And then like, oh man, I should have sued the shit out of him, and I didn't.
Because you know what? When I got hit, it was a surprise.
I screwed up.
They say your neck and back is better when you're surprised by a hit versus you see it in the rear view, you tense up.
That's
and when
what I
you
did.
tense up,
And it's because it's just like being drunk. If like drunk drivers walk away from casualty or of crazy wrecks because they're so loose,
right,
and their body's like, ooh.
What happened? Yeah.
And the other people die because they're like, oh my god.
God, it's awful.
Yeah,
We really need these.
And that's why you need AI cars,
need
man.
them. We
Jesus,
really
I
do.
couldn't imagine coming home one day and like my kid had been ran over by a drunk driver. Oh my god, I'd kill somebody.
Man. There's stats that say
I don't even have children yet.
but there's stats that say I don't know where they get these stats because there is AI cars out there that wrecks have been going down. So because when you think about it, you got soccer mom here with the kid screaming in the back of the car. And some guy texting here, and but if you have all the cars fully concentrating on the road, wrecks will go down.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
And these cars,
especially when it rains,
and the motions aren't in. I got to get there, and I bet if I cut this guy off and slam on my brakes and make this turn really quick, I'll get there faster.
Yeah.
But the AI guy goes, no. I have it a little more calmer. I'll get you there just as fast.
We need to make that into a skit, the AI guy. And have like a, oh my God. We're not, all right. We'll talk about it after this.
What's the word we should be saying? Oh my God, I can't believe I don't even know it.
What? Autonomous?
Autonomous. I was going to say auto-autonomous. Yeah, autonomous, yeah.
Autonomous
Autonomous,
driver.
Right.
Yeah, that's scary, man. I feel like one day eventually I'll get there. I would love to be able to fly a plane before something drives me. You know what I mean? I would rather that happen.
Well, speaking of plane, I was talking about Orville and Wilbur. When you think about, well, it's going to be a while before this type of technology is going to kick in. Think about 1905, and then before you know it, 1955. That's 50 years later. You're up transatlantic flights to London, having tea
in 50 years
and steak, and smoking cigarettes inside.
Yeah,
and this is like only 50 years later.
What? I watched this video the other day on the Concorde, the supersonic jet that used to fly from here to London or whatever in like 3 hours. It was crazy.
Yeah, it ended. I think it crashed. The Air France one crashed, and they go, "That's
one of them
it."
Crashed, and they said it's over, which is crazy.
No.
You know what? I feel like what happened. They were just losing money somehow.
And that was it too.
And they were just like the Titanic. The Titanic was sunk for insurance money, bro.
No pun intended.
For real. Didn't hit iceberg.
Its mortgage was underwater already.
Yep. In case you didn't know, it's all a scam. You've all been fooled.
Conspiracy theory number 2 coming up.
It ain't a joke.
So,
and it just so happens that
Leo DiCaprio really wasn't on that boat.
The dude that was doing the safety guy for the whole ship, he got let go the day it launched. Did you know that?
And the captain didn't go down with the ship too. Did you hear about the guys who were in the band? Just like in the movie, they're like playing all the way till
they really did that.
Yeah, it's true.
Poor guys.
I know.
See, this is my theory. I think that during the time of the Titanic, coal got outrageously expensive, and they said, you know what? If it's cost this much to, ship all these people across the Atlantic, we've already sold all these tickets. We can't get any more money from anybody. It's already paid out already. How can we make money off of this? We don't want to lose money. Insurance companies. Let's sink it and blow the bottom out of it and say it was an iceberg.
Wow.
And because, dude,
they blew it out.
Yeah. When I think about the guy, they didn't have goggles or what do you call them? Binoculars. There we go. They didn't have binoculars on the ship for some reason, like looking out for icebergs.
Iceberg straight ahead.
Yeah. You don't have a searchlights, and these people were not stupid. They built this massive, amazing feat of engineering. They should have very primitive lights and binoculars to keep them from doing that. From running into a damn iceberg. Right. I just don't understand how it happened, really. And I know. I just don't understand.
And this is your own
maybe
opinion?
because I wasn't there. Yeah, well, maybe because it's some bullshit.
Is this your opinion, or is this like you 3 a.m. and then going on the internet and going, look at this guy talking about the Titanic?
Oh no, I mean
building number 7 from 9/11. Something like that.
Oh yeah.
It's another one.
Oh yeah, totally. I totally believe that 9/11 was an inside job somehow, without a doubt, and because of Building 7.
Cheney and Halliburton.
Without a doubt, because there's no way that building should have fell. And even really recently, I've dove into that. And the way, all right, what gives away for me personally, all right, so when the building's up, plane hits it, and then the first building falls, the top part of it collapses within itself, right? The very roof of the building. Mm-hmm. Well, the roof wouldn't collapse like that. It would stay intact and fall together with the building because the roof, the very tip top of the roof was not damaged so much by jet fuel burning that it would weaken it to just crumble like a cookie. So there has to be something up there. And there's a whole bunch of old videos that I haven't seen ever since like that time, since 2011. There are people talking about multiple boom, 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 boom.
2001.
Yeah, 2001. Yeah, it was September 11th. I'm just mixing
Right.
those numbers together because I'm dyslexic.
Dyslexic.
Yeah, but anyways,
So was Tom Cruise. So
yeah. Yeah, I don't want to get that crazy though. But like you can hear it like boom, 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 boom on the audio on these old tapes, and it's like. And then I actually just bought an engineering book. I'm totally going to dive into engineering and learn more about it just so I can like really refine it. Because I'm at a point where I really feel like something's going on. Like something is up. And the whole Pentagon where there's no plane debris anywhere. There's no engines. There's no wings. There's no tail wings. There's no fuselage.
And no cameras. What happened to the
No
damn
cameras.
security cameras?
Yeah. Like all that kind of stuff. Like I'm getting older. I'm starting to wise up.
And getting book smart too.
Yeah, I'm getting book smart. I've been reading.
Good. I'll bring my engineer friends over, and you could do after you finish.
Yeah, like
burning the midnight oil. You guys could get together and see if.
Without a doubt, I love to talk to them.
Yeah.
Because almost all of my family are like either engineers or farmers.
Engineers or farmers.
Yeah.
Well, put those two together. Yeah, hell yeah.
you can help a lot of people.
Genetically modified farming. That's engineering.
I mean, every food pretty much that we eat these days has been genetically modified, like bananas, corn, all that kind of stuff, like apples.
Yeah, I lived on Maui, and
everything.
Monsanto was genetically modifying plenty of stuff there.
Yeah, well,
papaya.
Yeah, it's all. I don't know how, but it's. You look at it and you look through history and you look at the bananas, like the first bananas didn't look anything like the
and the
bananas
wheat too.
Yeah, exactly. The wheat.
Wheat is completely different. That's
exactly.
why everybody's gluten.
And that might be a reason why people are celiac.
Yeah.
But it's so funny working in catering, man. I run into so many people that say they're celiac and totally are not celiac. Like, or they're vegan and don't know what they can and cannot eat. Like this lady, she's like, I'm vegan. I was like, well, miss, it's got cheese on it. Like I was talking about a salad. She's like, well, I'll eat it. I'm like,
I'll be vegan tomorrow.
Yeah, it's so crazy, man. So crazy. And then there'll be like a whole family that's celiac. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, it's when you're talking about marketing, that's, I got an organic sticker on my package and, it's like non-GMO and gluten-free. That's all marketing.
Yeah, I would rather
all those key phrases.
Live in the middle of nowhere and have a big yard and be able to grow my food and know for a fact what goes into the ground.
Victory garden. That's what they had back in the 40s.
A victory garden?
Yeah.
Yeah. Growing up.
Michelle Obama kind of brought it back.
Well, I think then everybody needs to bring it back. I mean, they can't do it here because nobody has yards or enough water. But growing up my whole entire life, even
Victory
to this
Boulevard Garden, maybe in North Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah. People would destroy it. But I feel like growing up my whole life, my parents had a garden. And even now they have a garden. So it's like I've just known to have gardens. And when I got older, I'm like, man, nobody has gardens really. Like, especially in North Carolina, a lot of people had gardens. But now, as I'm getting older, I noticed that older generations, like people my mom and dad's age, they don't have gardens. But older, like senior citizens, they still have gardens. So my great grandparents do. Well, they're not my great grandparents, my grandparents.
And now, what part of North Carolina is this again?
They live in Greenville, North Carolina.
Greenville.
Dox my parents. Sorry about that, mom and dad.
A lot of colors there because I have another friend who lives in Whiteville.
Yep.
And then
that's there.
Yeah. So that's Jenny Deans from Whiteville.
It's like, what we're gonna call this town? There's a bunch of white people here. Let's call it Whiteville. Done.
They got a super Walmart there, and oh man, super big people at Super Walmart in Whiteville.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean the food's so good.
Yeah, oh yeah, they had
in North Carolina,
fried,
man.
Everything.
I miss it. I really miss all the food and the barbecue, the really good barbecue. And there's a place called Bojangles. Used to eat there all the time. I still eat there. It's delicious. Dude, we've been yapping for a lot. You want to go live for
yeah, let's do that.
For a little bit and
okay.
Finish this up.
You're very good. You have good timing because we started at 5 and it's 5:59. An hour like you predicted.
Hour on the dot.
Wow.
I do what I do.
You're as good as Kimball.
I'm better. I could do it without being a pussy.
Wow. I'll come back for more. We'll come back for
Yeah, mothers.
We'll talk all about these
That's good
Corbett, yeah. Stephen Colbert, all those guys.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Here, let me turn this camera a little bit.
Blurry.
No,
Other way.
Yeah, I gotta get you in there. There we
Where? Oh, there we go.
All right. So at first it's gonna make some like weird noise, and
Oh, we're not on yet.
no, not yet.
Okay.
First it's gonna make like this weird noise. You just gotta give it a second. Like we're not gonna hear the noise, but it just make it connect. Just give it a second. Get out of here, demons. Get out of here, demons. And welcome back to What Do You Believe?
We live?
We're live on Facebook. Hey, welcome back to What Do You Believe, everybody. I'm Kyle Martin Greer, your host, and I have Bruce Laffey here.
Bruce Laffey.
And Bruce and I had an amazing talk about some AI movie that it's coming out on YouTube. What's the director's name again?
Chris Payne.
Chris Payne.
Who also did Who Killed the Electric Car and Revenge of the Electric Car.
Yeah, and you went to the screening of this, right?
Yes, last Thursday night.
Yeah, but you should be able to check it out on the YouTubes.
And did you say the name of it yet?
Oh yeah. The name of it is called
Do You Trust Your Computer?
Yeah, or is it this computer?
Oh,
do you trust this computer?
This
There we
computer,
go. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's pretty it's pretty deep. I definitely think everybody should check out. Would take a moment to check it out because it talks about a lot of things that we need to, like, if you're an adult, and you should be aware of what's going on.
True.
Because Google owns this new company called DeepMind, which collects everything, all our information that when you upload a video or like a video or like anything or search anything, it's creating these algorithms to create these artificial intelligence to know exactly who you are and how to relate to you and everybody on Earth, pretty much, that's connected to the computer, which is getting kind of scary.
Yeah, it is.
And
we had a good talk about it.
Yeah, we also talked about how awesome it is in living in North Hollywood, getting free or not free, but cheap junk card parts
and great expensive jeans at Goodwill.
Yeah, and good jeans at Goodwill. And we also talked about the future.
The future of cars.
Yep, talk about the future of cars. What else to talk about?
Man, we had talked about people sitting in trees. We
Yep.
talked about GMO food.
Talked about the people in the tree. Yeah, I forgot about the people in the tree. We talked a long conversation about the people.
And I did a cameo song.
Yes, and Bruce sang this beautiful song. You guys are going to have to listen to that. The Harmony song is by Elton John, right?
Yes, because Kyle lives on Harmony Avenue here in North Hollywood.
I'm doxxed. You just doxed me, bro. It's okay.
Oh.
They can come get me.
Oh, yeah, they're looking already. Big Brother's up there.
They're just going to take my bikes.
Just make sure they don't know that you have all this very expensive equipment right here in the comfort of your home.
Yeah, these two lights worth $50. Come on, get it. Anyways, so I'll put a link at the bottom of this comment section when it's done uploading. And thank you so much for everybody for tuning in. Hope you have a great day. And thanks, Bruce, for joining me on today's episode of What Do You Believe. And y'all have a wonderful afternoon. Peace.